I'm going to try and remember their names. I have been practicing, but I am useless at names. I call my daughter by my male dog's name and my male dog by my daughter's name, so no one else has got a chance if that's where my brain goes. Oh. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now, if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and Patreon, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Over there. That was actually like pretty normal. Meh. Cool. So if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions. You can become a reaction, you can fast track reactions, you've got access to vocal harmony breakdowns when I post them up, and all sorts of other things. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Now we are going to go back and listen to the TNT boys. I get so many messages about listening to the TNT boys. I get messages on my Facebook, my Instagram, YouTube comments, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. That's hundreds in Scottish. So I've decided to pick completely at random because there's just too many to filter through, and I have fallen on a Whitney Houston classic. So we're going to listen to them performing I Will Always Love You live, and this is in California, I believe. So let's just crack on.
If I should stay,
What was that?
I would only be in your way.
Okay, so I'm detecting something's up. Now, Kiefer is starting off with the complete ad-lib bit, but I can hear there's a keys player playing a different note at him, so I think he's maybe started off in a different key. I could be wrong, but then you've got Francis singing into his mic as well, which I don't think is on yet, but he's maybe trying to tell them in his in-ears that it's a different key, but I could be wrong. But that's being on stage and having this happen before. To me, I'm thinking that's maybe what's happened, but we'll find out.
So I'll go.
Yeah, that's what's happened.
I know. Flat ako pala.
No, I'll let yeah, it's
I'll
it.
think of you every step of the way.
So Kiefer sorted it out. Once the key changed, he moved with it. That's really good in terms of just being intuitive and being able to tell. Some folk cannot tell that they're singing in the wrong key, and they will just go from beginning to end in a key that the band is not playing in, or the track is not playing in, and it's painful to watch. But he sorted it out really, really quick. I liked that Francis was, giving him a gentle ribbing, a wee bit of taking the mick, but then put his hand on his back and kind of made him, feel like a wee bit of camaraderie. That's good. They work very well together. If they can laugh about little mistakes, because they happen, especially with live music, it happens. People make mistakes. And the best thing to do is just to laugh it off. You've always got next time, but very, very good recovery there. So Francis is hilarious. He's like a little entertainer. Very, very, very funny. Can't take my eyes off him. But Who have we done so far, Keith? So Mackie, coming in with the chorus there, was just delicious. It was really, really pared back, lovely and aspirate, which means there's more air going through the folds, and it just gives this kind of misty sound. Runs are impeccable, as were Kiefer's. These kids know how to riff like crazy. I know very, very few children, which is what they are, that can riff as effortlessly and as on point as them. It's just insane.
Please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely adore Francis. He's so funny. He is a little ball of sass. He's so sassy. He kind of moves his body to the way that he's moving his voice, which just gives it this air of comedy. I love singers that can kind of inject a sense of humour into their performance, and he is like a little king at it. The other video was Katrina Velarde doing the impressions, which I thought was hilarious. She was completely like just sending herself up, and that's what they're doing as well, and it's just hilarious. But they're so good too. His voice is a little more forward placed, it's a little bit thicker fold, but beautiful, and I bet when they all come in together it's just going to blend perfectly. Whoa! I like that little harmony there. So they started off kind of in unison, and then one of them jumped up a third. Really, really nice. Just gave it that little kind of like power, then lift. Really good. Oh, that gave me the goosies. Yeah. What? That was wild. He pulled his voice down into a place I didn't think that it would go. Really, really wonderful. And he kept an air of brightness on those dark notes as well. It didn't go into like a full-on low larynx territory. It still had this nice kind of shimmer of brightness. I think it was Francis, but they were both, he was singing with Kiefer at the same time, a real kind of raspy texture come through. So it was one or the other, but hard to tell when they're both singing. But it was lovely. Very, very cool. Added another wee touch of dynamics into the mix. These kids, man, they're just insane. Amazing. That was so good. Lots and lots going on at the end there. So, one thing that popped out there was I feel like Mackie was singing that "Love You." That bit, I think he was doing that in falsetto, and I feel like Kiefer was doing it in a head voice. They're slightly different techniques. A head voice can connect to your complete register, and it's just a lot fuller sounding. So, head voice all the way up there. But falsettos, there's more air. It's got less power because there's a lot more air going into it, and you can't pull that all the way down. So you would go, goes to about there, and then it just peters out because it's a different vocal figuration. So I hope that made sense between head voice and falsetto. You could just hear a slight difference in the projection qualities of the two voices. And then Francis in the middle seemed to kind of do both. He went head voice, popped into falsetto, and came back down into kind of a more heady kind of voice. Very, very good, these kids. They are amazing. I like that last note as well that kind of built into a crescendo. But as the crescendo built, the harmony came out more and more and more. And it just felt like this wave. Beautiful work. They are so, so good. So good. And also, I like the way that they just had fun. Like, they're kids and they're allowed to kind of act like kids on stage. They can kind of just play. And it's a real treat to watch. So, yeah, Kiefer, Mackie, and Francis, well done. So I hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, then hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we gonna buy this one? So I guess all that's left for me to say is, so goodbye. Please don't cry. We all know that binge watching's what you need. So just go and click on the playlist and watch some more. Bye.